Okay, you guys, so it is about 11:35 p.m. here in LA, which means that it is prime time, at least for me, for a quick study session, which for me usually consists of choosing just a random subject and, well, like like the name suggests, doing studies of it, which is it basically just boils down to me drawing this one subject over and over, just to really burn it in my psyche. And that's usually the idea behind a study session for me personally. That at least that's the way that I like to study. And I figured this time that I would record the entire process. And also because, 11, this is about the window of time that it is the quietest in my house. So I figured, let's do it this time. So yeah, I'm basically just going to fill this page with drawings of noses. Maybe all the same nose. I don't even know. I'm not very organized. But so anyway, so I'm just gonna start here and just draw a bunch of noses. So if you were wondering, I'm trying to do this without any reference, which I guess isn't usually the case. Usually I will have a reference in front of me, either like one of my books or just like my phone. I'll just have my phone next to me and I'll pull the reference from there. But this time I wanted to really test my mettle here and see if I can't fill this page with drawings of noses without resorting to a reference. Okay, so this is nose number 1. Lit. Okay. Nose number 2, ladies and gentlemen. We're in deep water now. Actually, that's a little... Well, that could be it, actually. That could be the entire drawing. Maybe if I moved the bridge more... Oh no, that changes it completely. I think that's fine, actually. I'm gonna keep that. Oh. Drawing number 2, y'all. So you may be wondering, right? You're like, Emilio, you're the figure drawing guy. Why are you drawing noses right now? And I have an answer for you. I just chose noses because, it's pretty simple. I just love... Well, I love drawing the face. And of course, the nose is part of the face. So I have to draw noses a lot of the time. Sorry. And also because noses are, you know, damn it, they're fun to draw, albeit, I mean, I'll say this, noses are, they're fun to draw, but they are also, at least for me, one of the most difficult subjects to draw at the same time, because I'm sure if you've ever drawn noses before, like, you know, studied noses and looked at reference and done that whole thing, you'll notice the nose is actually it is a very complicated form, at least when when you're drawing it realistically, which when you're not doing it realistically, it could be one of the more easier things to draw, because it could potentially just be a little dot like this right in the middle of the face, which is typically like an anime manga sort of depiction of the nose. So yeah, it could be like the easiest thing if you want, and the hardest thing, because there's so many like planes to the nose alone. Have you ever looked up the planes of the nose? Look it up. Pause the video. Look up planes of the nose, and sift through those images on Google. It's insane. It's like, I'm not even gonna try it. I'm not gonna attempt to draw the planes of the nose, especially like without any reference. That would be insane. Oh damn. But yeah, that shit's hard, dude. And don't even get me started on like trying to paint it. That's a whole different beast right there. Drawing it is hard enough. Okay, so these all look kind of like the same kind of nose. So I'm gonna switch it up a bit here. And try like a more bulbous nose. Sort of like that, or hold on, actually, I should say this is also partly one of the reasons why drawing a nose, or I guess noses, not just one nose, but noses, is that there are so many different ways that you can draw the nose. There are hella noses out there. So it's like endless. Like with anything, I guess, but like, I don't know. What the hell I'm even saying? I'm just trying. I'm like thinking out loud, basically. Let me see. Let me draw like a sharp. Almost looks like a star, actually. Like if you drew a star like this. well I mean, sort of. I'm not gonna keep add that to to the lineup. If you ever wonder, by the way, if you've ever wondered what these little lines here are, because I'm sure, I'm sure you've probably seen that somewhere, you know, like you'll have like a face, and then these people will put in these like little lines. And then kind of, you know, whatever. Those little lines, I think, I'm not like the, you know, the nose aficionado here. I'm not, I don't know if I'm correct, but I'm pretty sure those little lines are supposed to signify and see, I don't even know the name of it, but it's like the tip. Is it the bulb? The bulb of the nose? It's the tip, basically. The tip of your nose, essentially, is the, so for example, if this is the bridge of the nose, the bulb, if that's the name of it, is that squishy circular part of your nose, which is like this whole area. That's what that means. That's what those little lines are indicating there. So if you've ever drawn a nose and are just, you know, drawing your nose and you're like, well, I've seen people online put these things there, so I'm just gonna put it there and I don't even know what it means. That's what that means. You are probably inadvertently drawing an indication of nose bulb. Which could probably help you actually in studying it further when you identify something like that. I know I know for a fact when I was learning how to draw anatomy, I don't know, like years ago, that everything, I probably didn't know what I was drawing at all. I didn't know the names of any of these things. I would just look at a reference and just kind of be like, okay, I'll just copy that. I don't know what any of these bumps or lines signify, but I'm gonna draw it because I see it. And it's always, in my opinion, it's always helpful to, you know, study your subject further, dive deep, so that when you figure out that those lines there mean the bulb, that you can consciously like draw the bridge and then say, okay, you put those little common lines there and be like, okay, that means that the bulb will start there. I'm kind of drawing the same nose over and over again, I'm noticing. Maybe I could try like a different angle here. No, it's way too flat. like that? I guess it doesn't really matter. You know what? Let me tell you, don't ask yourself, if you're doing a study session like this where the point is to simply draw, especially like me, or at least right now, because I don't have any reference. Try not to like ask yourself if it looks good or not, because if you're like me when I'm doing these by myself and not trying to like draw good noses because you're recording video, but if you're like me off camera, I'm kind of just drawing. I wouldn't say on autopilot, but I'm just like going. I'm just like not really thinking about it. I'm kind of going like instinctively, or of course I'm thinking about the nose, but I'm kind of just, I find that when I go fast and give myself a limited amount of time to make a decision on the lines that I'm putting down, that damn, I'm like trying to figure out exactly what I'm even trying to say. Oh, well, I guess the gist of what I'm trying to say is that when I'm drawing fast and allowing myself, or rather not allowing myself, to think too much, that I'm building like a skill that is essential for non-committal sketching, which if that makes any sense to you guys, which essentially to me just means I'm just gonna like take 10 to 20 minutes, draw a thing, and I'm not going to care about making it look ready for social media or whatever, because part of the reason to do a study session like this is to just get yourself drawing. I'm sure we do a lot of procrastinative, is that even a word? Procrastinative? But we like to procrastinate because if you're like me, at some point you felt like, I don't really want to draw today because I feel like today might be like an off day, and like you'll kind of feel apprehensive at first, because you're like, that's not gonna look good anyway, I should just not do it. And that's really, in my experience, just dumb. It's dumb. Because it's like, who cares? If you're not drawing specifically to post on social media, who cares? It's like no one's gonna see, and not that that's like the only thing that matters, that people see it, but it's just drawing, like with anything, of course, you get better by doing it. And that's anything that is stopping you from simply just doing it, I don't think that's very I don't think it's worth it to trip about that, really. Because then it's like, you decide not to draw, and then it's like, okay, you want to draw, you want to be an artist, but then it's like, but you just, you just decided not to do it. So like, what gives? That kind of thing. I don't know, what the hell am I even talking about? I'm drawing noses. I should probably talk about the noses. That kind of looks weird right there. I'm gonna move it over here. What if I did like one of these? The Pixar the Pixar Disney protagonist nose. If you've ever seen that meme where it's like, I don't know, 6 of the past Disney characters, and they all have a nose that's freaking like this. Should we add it to the lineup? Add it to the lineup. Maybe not as big. I need space. I haven't actually, I'm running out of space here. Maybe I'll, you know what, this thing is looking real awkward to me. Is that better? I think I do like this little slight adjustment better. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna stop this page here, and I'll just do another layer and continue to fill it up again. I actually don't know how long I'll do this for. Maybe I'll just do like another this page, and then I could end the video there. And you know what? Let me try to vary it up here this time. I could do different angles too. You know what's the hardest? One of the harder angles for me to do when I'm drawing a nose is looking up at it, which is like, if I could attempt it right now. Right, if I have eyes. Oh, this is gonna be a disaster. I just know it. I can feel it. No. Oh, hell. No, I'm getting rid of it. It's gone. We don't need that. I am gonna try it from a different angle though. No. Let me move it. Move it. There we go. There it is from below. maybe like a profile view. Is that a profile now? It kind of looks like a 3/4 almost. Profile would be more. If I put the eye there. Yeah, I guess that's like a profile view. We can keep both of these, actually. I will say one of the things that I'm most conscious of when I'm drawing a nose is, in fact, the bulb of it, because or at least, that's so weird. I don't even know if that's the name. But the tip of the nose, essentially, because the bridge of the nose, if you were simplifying it, is easy enough, right? It's just like a line, and that's it, basically. Before the bulb, that's like what makes the nose. So something that I do when I'm drawing noses, I've noticed, and I don't know where exactly this came from, if I saw it somewhere or if I just kind of did it instinctually, whatever. Then I'll draw the bridge of the nose like this, so essentially just a line, and then I'll like put in a C curve right there. And then I'll draw like the rest of the nose, and the nostril, I'll connect it back to the end of that C curve. Sort of like this. And the idea behind that is kind of like, for one, it emphasizes like the curvature of the nose in a way. Like this already, as soon as I put that line there, it looks like it's like wrapping around the bridge there. If you can see like what I'm trying to say. And then like from there, if I connect the nose like this, it kind of gives me like this plane. And then like potentially, if we wanted to go further, it's like that plane, and then that red line, if we were like going to add shadow. I mean, sort of, not really. It's more just for like the bridge of the nose, but I noticed that is something that I do. I'll draw that, and then it looks, it'll look like it's wrapping around it. And then for some reason that kind of just triggers like or not triggers, but it like fills in the blank for the rest of it. I can see the way the forms interact with each other clearly when I put that line down there. It's very, I wouldn't say it's like, because usually when you're drawing the bridge of the nose, it's like, not the bridge, but the bulb of the nose. You'll draw the bridge and then the line. Instead of this, typically, it's the opposite. It'll be like a line like this, as opposed to that. Which, you know, this, of course, this works perfectly fine as well. And this is probably, in fact, probably even more accurate if you're trying to depict it realistically. And in fact, I would suggest to study it this way. I mean, you know, this works too. It looks like a nose. You know what I'm saying? If it looks like a nose, well, then you've drawn a nose, haven't you? If it looks like a nose, sounds like a nose, and it quacks like a nose, it is indeed a nose, isn't it? That is ugly. That was a yucky nose right there. Here, we'll give it a little piercing. What is this called? Why can't I do it? Whatever. No. Like that. What if I drew eyes too? And then put in the nose like... This is a very wide nose. Does that even work in this angle? I guess it does. We can leave that in. We'll have him looking at you. You, the viewer. A bit disappointed, apparently. That's actually taking up a lot of space. Maybe we'll just leave the eyes like that. You know, something that I'm just now noticing that I'm also conscious of when I'm drawing a nose is whether or not the nostrils are visible, if that's what I'm trying to describe. I mean, like, if you're able to see inside, partly inside of the nostril. So in other words, you know, potentially you can have a nose where it's kind of like you're looking down on it. And if this was like a guy, he's like mad. Or whatever, right? This nose, you can't really see the nostrils. You would think that this part here, you know, is the nostril, but I guess technically it is, but it's like, it's the contour of it. You're not necessarily looking into it. And the same thing could like be said for if you're drawing a nose that's like from a guy that's like kind of looking down. Like this. You know, at this point it's like, well, he's got a really big nose. But this, it works. You're not really looking into it or up the nostril. If I try, I mean, I guess I could try to do that. Where it'd be like his nostrils are like upturned, and you could see a bit of the darkness inside of it. I don't know why I'm finishing this. It's supposed to be about the nose. This is also a very big drawing. Maybe we can make it smaller to leave space. But yeah, because the nostril is one of the key aspects of the nose that determine the perspective. Not the perspective, but, well, yeah, the perspective, the angle of it. Right? If you're looking down on it, if you're looking down on the nose, you're not going to see the inside of a nostril. Whereas, of course, if you're looking up at it, then you will potentially see into the dark abyss that is someone's nose. A lot of these are like the same kind of nose, but they're not at the same time. Maybe I can like do this again sometime. just like that, ladies and gentlemen, I have finished my study session. Just has been noses from Emilio Decore. I'm going to lay the pencil down because, of course, if I don't, yet again, I will continue drawing. And it is late. And I don't want to be loud. So that's going to be the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed watching me draw noses for what, 30 minutes? Maybe about. I'll see if I can do this again, maybe with a different subject next time. But for this time, I will see you later.